I always like in the hikes when they have these like little marker boards or something like this that kind of shows you what's happening and things of interest so that you can learn. Pretty cool. Okay, welcome to this week's episode of Luv Subbin, and we're here at Winhall Brook Campground
in Vermont. And
it's one of the few Corps of Engineer campgrounds in the Northeast. And if you know us, you know that our favorite campgrounds ever are Corps of Engineer campgrounds.
And we had to explore this one.
So you can check out our video here on how to better work with Corps of Engineer campgrounds. And yeah, we're actually on a hike right now.
Sort of a smallish hike, but still a hike nonetheless.
And we're gonna be checking out the campground, checking out some stuff in the area.
And this one just has a very interesting entrance, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and we'll see that right now.
So apparently this campground has a very unique approach if we're going to stay on the south side campground. And we were cautioned against it on the internet. It's a steep hill, followed by a tight turn with a bridge. We'll just see how tight it is. And there's your turn, and there's your bridge. Yeah, I think we have enough room, but that would be dicey for some larger, wider rigs. And we've got a little turn here. He's gonna have to clear the bridge before he turns though. There we go. I think we did pretty well. So we saw the video of us coming over across the bridge and we noticed all this damage here on the side. I just measured the distance across with my phone and it got about 10 feet 6 inches, so it's pretty narrow here, and the weight limitation is 16 tons.
And you can see here it was built not pretty.
And we just talked to one of the park attendants and they said that they can't do anything about the bridge, that it's roughly 10 feet 6 inches wide.
Right, because the bridge is on the list of historic register or something, so
yeah,
they can't modify or change it.
They can't modify or change the bridge, but they're looking like they're changing and modifying the entrance to the bridge. So
yep.
With everything getting wider and bigger, I think that's the way they're going to have to go with this. Looking at the scrapes here on this side as well, and you can see right there where people are taking turns and trying to get out of this bridge and take this tight turn right here. So yeah, this has been challenging, I think, for many. So the north side campground is also a good option if you don't want to have to cross that bridge and you still want to stay here.
Yep.
So I'm speaking really loud here because you can actually see the river from this site. This is number 14 on the north side of this campground, and it's a boondocking site, but I think it's got a really nice view. There are a lot of boondocking sites that have nice views. The water and electric sites are tucked away here and there, but this would be a really nice one.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a sort of a pull through here. You can see the road.
And you would pull through and your view would be this way. So I think this would be super nice.
Number 14.
Number 14. Thumbs up.
You can see here the road conditions in this campground are spectacular. Very, very well maintained here.
So this is site number 38 on the south campground side. And this is a boondocking site, but it has a very nice view of the river here. And it's huge. You pull through and angle your rig however you want it. So comment below if you'd rather have a really super nice view with a boondocking site or a kind of crappy view of the bathroom with a water and electric site. Like what we chose.
Like what we chose.
Exactly.
Are we idiots or what? We stumbled upon, see?
This is an apple tree. And it looks semi-ripe. Some of them are falling to the ground, so I was going to snag a couple and see if they're any good. Those look good in there. Oh, it's a nice big one. So you definitely don't see this too often around a campground. They have bins of free wood. This is Vermont Post and Beam in South Londonderry, Vermont. Tiny homes made in Vermont. Jamaica Cottage Shop. And all that free wood. And Rich is going to collect some of this wood for our campfire tonight. See anything good? Looks pretty dry.
Price is right.
Price is right.
One of the things we always appreciate is when you can find a stream to jump in right behind your campground.
Or a big river.
And this is the West River where the Winhall Brook joins it. And it ain't too shabby.
And it looks like I can sort of sit in it, so we'll see how it goes.
And by the way, for those that say zip the awning can't be out in the rain, that's how you do it. You tilt one arm lower, the water drains off. So you can see water, no water. And always have it on the downhill slope. You can see how we're kind of jacked in the back. You can see how we're kind of jacked up forward. That's why that awning is lowered. If I had lowered this side, it would all run onto my carpet. But here you can see it's running away from our patio. You know, I'll say this, we have had friends of ours have their awnings destroyed either through wind or rain. But one thing I've never had is a friend of ours have their awning destroyed by wind or rain while they were sitting underneath it. It's almost always in the middle of the night or coming home from a day of touring. It is almost never, I'm sitting under the awning and wham bam, it's destroyed. So we're here in the water and electric sites, and as you can see, they're gathered basically around this little loop here. And they have 30 amp. We'll go ahead and take a closer look at it, but you can see they're still like a Corps of Engineer or a state park. They're pretty well spread out.
They have a nice water station over there.
For cleaning dishes and stuff like that, which
Yep.
comes in handy.
Yep.
And the bathrooms were pretty sweet. And you can see kind of those old Corps, I mean, I don't know, those look 1970s vintage, I bet. They've probably been here for almost 50 years, I'd say.
Yep, so they're all clustered along the route and
But maintained very well, as you can see.
maintained, and there's a nice field in the middle that the kids like to play on.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this campground. We're at Winhall, Brook, Corps of Engineers. And the one thing we will say about this campground before we get into it is if you're somebody who needs to be connected, like 724, this ain't the place for you. You know, we're used to not having Wi-Fi. We usually get cell service. We have absolutely no cell service.
And not even radio.
We have no radio channels. And even the NOAA weather radio, where I get my weather station in an emergency,
It's static.
nothing. No channel whatsoever. Yeah, I cycled through all the...
And we had a few rainstorms come through, so we were trying to keep track of them.
And it just goes to show how, you know, we've been caught with rainstorms that we didn't expect because we have no way of knowing. So let's go ahead and look. We're perfectly level, which is nice. And even though we are next to the bathhouse, we're a decent distance away. The only downside, of course, is at night we have a big light glaring into the rig, but we have a Reflectex thing that we've cut that we use for cold and warm temperatures, but it's also great for blocking out that light when you have something like a bathhouse next to you. Other than that, pretty standard. Electrical is 30 and 15 amp. Water tested out at 71 ppm total dissolved solid, so that's excellent. And I'll do a video later on about how I hook up my water connections and stuff and why I like my blue hose so much. But yeah, that's our campground here at Winhall Brook Corps of Engineers. And overall, we've had a wonderful time here.
So we have a nice campfire set up too, right?
And that's how we're gonna end the evening, with a nice steak, a nice campfire, and go from there. All right, well, there you have it, our stay at the Winhall Brook Corps of Engineers campground. What do you think?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. it was so well maintained and well kept. The roads were great. It was just the interesting approach, right?
Yeah, it was interesting.
That was unique, but it's one that I'll come back to for sure.
So we're starting off on our fall trip here. Fall trip part 1. We're going to be heading south here shortly after an Airstream rally.
All right, so we're looking at the weather ahead. The traffic is stopped because, I don't know, a train maybe? Yep, it's a train. And we're racing against time to get to our rally campground before this severe thunderstorm hits. And so we are currently blocked by a train, so that makes things exciting. I have a picture of the weather map showing what we were being chased by, so this should be interesting. All right, the sky is looking...
Yeah, we're not going to make it out there. Look, that green, that's tornado color.
What green?
When it turns green like that.
Huh? It looks kind of bluish to me, but I can see the trees moving. So we'll see if we make it to our rally alive. So you can see the rain's coming down.
It's a disaster.
We're on the road that leads to our campground. We just have to look for a gate and not go too far. So, all right, we made it. That was the gate, and the gate was open. We are in our campground. We just have to find where everybody else is. I think we're just gonna wait and ride it out in the truck because we're almost there. We've been here many a time, so this is their community center here. So the Airstream should be coming up around the corner. And there is everybody. And the rally tent. And we made it. We're just gonna wait this out.
We get some good fun content planned in the future.
Absolutely.
So if you like this video,
Give us a big thumbs up.
if you think we've earned a subscription, click the subscribe.
And comment below what your favorite Corps of Engineer campground and share it with the community.
Because we come out with RV and Airstream related videos just like this one every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.